one of the things that we've learned is, for example, that most Filipinos they do think that the military, the Philippine military, in particular the armed forces of the Philippines, is managing the situation in the West Philippine Sea well. That's around 68% of Filipinos saying that AFP is doing well in the situation. But when we've asked if they think that President Marcos Jr. Is also doing well in terms of his performance in handling the situation, only 39% thinks that he is doing a good job, right? So it's relatively lower when you compare it to what the public thinks, how the public thinks is the AFP doing compared to what the president is doing. And this is very interesting development in public opinion. In fact, we've also learned that compared to the Duterte administration, some Filipinos do find that the situation in the West Philippine Sea is worse now under the new administration, and definitely again this is not surprising. This is reasonable development in terms of public opinion, considering that there has been a shift in the foreign policy preference, foreign policy direction of the Philippines since President Marcos has assumed the presidency. What we do know in the survey that we've done in December 2023 and March 2024 is that first, there's been a decline in the support for the current Marcos Jr. Administration. There's been a substantial double-digit decline, and that may not be related to the issue in the West Philippine Sea that needs to be probed more, right? But it could also be related, given that in this particular survey, when we asked them to rate the performance of different government agencies and government actors in terms of how they're handling the West Philippine Sea issue, it appears that among others, the president received the lowest kind of like positive ratings. It's only up 39%. If you compare it to our Philippine military, it's at 68%, and different other government agencies, just for example, the Coast Guard, also enjoys a higher number of support, close to that of the AFP. So if you draw insights from that, it may appear that to broader public imagination, some of the things that we have been doing, whatever it is that people perceive to be the strategy of the military and the Coast Guard and other government agencies, it appears to be working out well for them. But what the president is doing appears to be still good for a sizable number of Filipino, 40%. That's still high, but that's no longer the majority.
So the Filipinos don't attach the strategy of the military to the president. Is that correct?
Or is it more like he's giving command responsibility? So the boots on the ground, they approve, but not to the one ultimately who has the last say.
Yeah, it appears so, given that there is a difference in the assessment rating, right, received by these different two actors, right? But we can still probe more, right? Whether that's really the case, whether the Filipino public really do distinguish between the military and its commander-in-chief. And as in many things in Philippine politics, what should be is quite different from how people really perceive it on the ground.